Coming back to you, this is another cooking in English video. I do have a few students that love to learn how to cook, and we talk about cooking many times. So this is some English material for you here. Today, I got this nice, let me roll this bad boy out, hopefully I don't drop it. I'm only using one hand. Oh, look at that. I'm gonna cut this into some bacon slices. You know, I'm not quite sure if it's considered bacon. I'm gonna cut this nice and thin. It's got some fat to it, which I do like for a BLT. I'll be making a BLT today. A Peruvian BLT. You can't even call this bacon, you can call it pancetta if you want. So a pancetta, PLT. A Polish pancetta LT. I even got a nice bun for it here. Here is the bun. Now I tried to get a nice tomato from the farmer's market yesterday, but I did not have any change. All I had was a 10 bill of Zloty, and I found the perfect tomato, and the guy would not sell it to me because I did not have change, and he didn't want to break the change either. He yelled at me and threw the tomato, and it was the perfect tomato. Now this is another great tomato. I'll grab it now. Some nice head of lettuce. Got these at Biedronka. Biedronka is the ladybug place here in Poland. It's a nice store. I like it a lot. Mostly because of the ladybug. But you can get some pretty cheap stuff here. But this looks fantastic. I got this at the Ukrainian market. Lots of nice fat here, but I'm a fan of fat. Just look at my reflection. I am a fan of that. The smell is great. Not sure if this has been cured or what, but let's cut it and fry it and see where it goes. I'm sure it's gonna be good no matter what I do. A little bit more extra fatty than it's usually than regular bacon. But like I said, this is seems more like a pancetta type of bacon. Let me just adjust my tripod. Flip it around. This is an angle, the odd angle. Oh man. Adjusting my tripod seems to be one of the worst aspects about this, I think. This should be good. Oh, now it's all fucked up. Okay, this is what I want. Right here. Why can't I just get this right? Is this good? Oh, that's a great shot. Little too. Now, I don't know if this is going to be upside down on YouTube. I have to have my camera at this angle for reasons. There we go. That's perfect. Okay. Probably could use a special knife in this situation, but I will just use this butcher knife. And I'll be frying it on a standard fry pan. After I'm done frying it, I'm going to use the grease to toast the bread. Now toasting is a process we like to do where you cook the bread twice. That's toasting it, guys. You need to toast it in butter, but in this case I'm going to be using bacon fat. Now I saw slabs of these at the Ukrainian market as well, and it was just pure fat. I wanted to buy some so bad and use it as cooking fat. Avoid the oils and butter, oils and fake butters, and use some real fat. I don't know what advice do you take, really, sometimes. That's a pretty good cut. Now, I do know with a lot of fatty bacon, it's actually best not to cook it with any fat at all because it has so much fat, especially this stuff. And a trick, actually a great trick to do, is to make sure the meat's perfect. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Cut. Thick. Perfect. Better than the last. Now, a good trick, though, is that you want to cook the bacon in water. Because there's so much fat, it helps render out the fat if you have a little bit of water on it. And it fries up a lot better, and it actually renders the fat so you can eat the fat. That is a trick. That's why some restaurants, you can tell they do a shit job with bacon at some places, like fast food places, because they don't really render the bacon. They just microwave it, throw it in bars, and they just throw it in the deep fryer. And I worked with a guy once who did that. He would throw bacon in the deep fryer. What the fuck are you doing, dude? You want to cook it, bake it is the best way to cook bacon, but to render the fat, you want to use a little bit of water. And that's why some restaurants, that when you get bacon there, it's like you eat the whole thing. It's not just because it's all meat and no fats, because they rendered it. And it's so perfect. And you want to eat that fat, because that fat's good. I don't know why I just ate a small piece of fat. Probably shouldn't have done that. With this meat, I mean, I bought it at the Ukrainian farmer market. I definitely want to make sure I cook it all the way. Maybe even just check it for fucking worms, dude. You never know. Not saying I don't trust the Ukrainians. I mean, they're at war right now, you know. They're fucking... So I'm going to line the tray with my bacon. I cut just a perfect amount of slices here. Look at that. Perfect amount of slices to line the baking sheet. Now these are all the thick ones. That's my thinnest one. So it's going to go out on the outside. The thin ones should always go on the outside. So that way, anyone who does get uncooked, it's the thin one. And it's not really getting uncooked at all, now is it? Put it here, move this somewhere. I'm gonna go like this. I'm gonna lengthen up my tripod so we can get a nice shot of this cooking, fizzling. Get some ASMR going in there, my kind of bacon. Some ASMR, audio, sensory recording. It's a popular thing people do nowadays. But let's, as they say, cook the bacon. Now you can see I have no water in here. I'm gonna add water to it a little bit once I get it browned a little bit. While I do this, while that starts cooking, I'm gonna come over here and we're gonna cut my piece of bread. Now I am using the same knife, but that's okay, just because I am gonna toast the bread. However, I am gonna want to use a different knife for my tomato and my lettuce. I never got the hang of cutting bread. It's always scaring me, putting like this. I'm gonna cut my palm. As you today, did a pretty good job though. Pretty nifty there. Now this boy, I do want to put in the sink. Wash it up. Throw that bitch in a throw that in a microwave oven. I'm gonna plate my bread. Voila. And that will be going in the frying pan. Once the bacon's done. Now, over here you can come look at my bacon. It's starting to stick a little bit, you might see. You might notice. If I shake it, it's going to be a little sticky because of my knife in the water. Bacon's sticking. You might say, oh no. That's the whole point. You want to heat up a lot, then it's going to unstick. Don't worry if your meat sticks. Don't try to fry it out. Just keep on cooking until it doesn't stick. Well, we're back over here. I'm gonna wash this guy. I'm usually not this cautious when it comes to meat, but you know, this is from a farmer's market. It was being left out for a long time. It comes from probably Ukraine, so I want to be extra sure I'm not gonna get any pathogens or carcinogens. That's a little joke there. Pathogens, the real thing, but carcinogens, they don't exist anymore. They've been done away with. Now I'm gonna smoke and bacon. I'm gonna add some water to it. I'm gonna let that cook a little bit more. I added a little bit too much water, but that's fine. Gonna get out the baby and use my baby knife. Cut it. I'm gonna wait for the tomato. It's always best to wait longest as you can to cut the veggies. I am gonna wash. Oh my God! Look at that. I'm gonna wash my lettuce as well as my tomato. You can just plant this guy. That's awesome. They don't do that in the U.S. If I wanted to, I could have a lettuce plant. They pull up the whole bulb and all. I would love to get a lettuce spinner, dry my lettuce. Just gonna put it back on the leaf, on where it came from. Open up this tomato. Piranha. Ladybug. The ladybug place. I love it. Put that right there. I love that bulb. There's my bacon cooking. Bacon, listen to this. Sizzling. I did add a bit of water. That's okay though, like I said. It's gonna run out the fat. So it cooks. I could have planted this if I wanted to. Put it back on the bacon shot as I take care of this bulb of dirt. I wish I had some tongs to grab this bacon with. That's the best way to flip the bacon, as we say. It's not really an expression. This is just cooking out perfectly nice. It smells great. With this type of thick bacon, it's going to be a little bit more hammy. A little bit more like pancetta, but that's fine. I got a nice browning. I will flip it one more time, obviously. It's not brown enough for my liking. With how fast this pan heats up, the water's already almost gone too. So I'll probably be adding more water to it. I'm gonna let it dry off first. Now, of course, for the BLT, I'll be adding some mayo. I'll spread the mayo on after my toast. Polish love the mayonnaise. They are great fans of it, I would say. Now, the thing that makes the BLT great is that it's got greasy bacon that gets soaked up by a bun. And you got fresh lettuce and tomato on it that balance out the fattiness of the bacon with the acidity of the acidity of the tomato. They balance each other out well. You want to add some pepper to the tomato, and some salt to the tomato. You should always salt your tomatoes wherever they go, and your onions, to be honest. Starting to heat up there. Now it's getting a nice cooking on it. You gotta be careful at this stage. Don't want anything to burn or break. Then again, I love overdone bacon. There's nothing better than... No, the best thing overdone is bacon. You can never overdo bacon, according to me. What do I mean by overdone? I mean burnt bacon. Burnt bacon's okay. It's better than underdone bacon. I'm going to turn on my burner. I'll set it on a while ago. It's going to smell like bacon in here. Now, there's a lot of grease here. A lot of grease. That's why it might be good to add some water. Helps cut down on that grease. Helps the fat render a little bit better. I mean, you can't cook fat and fat. That makes kind of sense. Doesn't it? Having some difficulty with this spatula. I don't know overseas, I always find it difficult to buy kitchen utensils because I might not... It's like I'm going to be gone in a year, you know? Why even bother? Plus, how many meals am I going to cook, honestly? Although I've been cooking more meals in Poland than anywhere else I've ever been. Besides the US. That might just be more because of a price thing. It's very expensive here, compared to any other place I've been to. Less expensive than the US though, that much makes it good. As you see, I might have added a bit too much water. It's definitely going over the line of bacon, but that shouldn't be a problem with how hot this thing gets. I really want to render out this fat, so... It's more of a boiling technique that we're doing here now, but it's going to work out with this bacon because the water will evaporate soon. We'll be back to the phase of frying it. While it's in this phase, though, I'm going to be swapping out some of these bacon bits because the middle pieces are getting done faster than the outside pieces. So I'm going to swap them around just so that way we get some more equal cooking time on all of them. There we go. I'm gonna flip them too. It's a lot easier to flip them when they're all wet like this. Does not look appetizing at all, but trust me, trust in the process. It will work out. Now I still have some lemon and some sauces, but I think a BLT is great. It's just a BLT with mayo. You don't need anything else. So I will not be adding any extra sauces. Keeping it simple. Keep it simple, stupid. K-S-S. K-I-S-S. KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. That's an office thing right there. It is 10 o'clock right now. I'm not too hungry, but I've been waiting for this moment for a while now, this bacon. Or what do you want to call this? It's more of a pork belly now than bacon. The bubbles are humongous. Now after this will be the last time definitely the last time I add more water to it. Because it's stiffening up nice. The fat's rendering on most of it. You don't want watery bacon. It won't be watery for sure. Don't be worrying about that shit. The water you do have to worry about would be in the lettuce, but that's pretty much dried up now. Tomatoes been dried. I'll probably be using 2 pieces of lettuce, one on both ends, 2 pieces of tomato, and a ton of this pork belly bacon. So class today was pretty cool. Besides talking about cooking, we talked a lot about Halloween, because Halloween, while I'm filming this, Halloween is just a few days away. It's the 28th right now. Halloween's 3 days away. And I'm getting excited. They celebrate a little bit here. There's a big Catholic presence here, and I mean, the Irish were Catholic, but they kind of invented Halloween. There's a connection to Catholics, and as well as Polish, because of Catholics, you know. All Hallows Day is the day after Halloween. Well, the Spanish celebrate it too, as the Day of the Dead. But All Hallows Day, you know, you go out and you clean the graves. Why do we clean the graves? There's some connection of the, you know, the spirits coming back. That's more of a pagan thing, I think, or it could be a Catholic Christian thing. Really not sure the connection there, but I know a bunch of Catholics celebrate it, so yeah. So All Hallows Eve, very Irish origin. Irish Catholic origin, I want to say? Maybe it's Protestant origin. That doesn't make sense though, because the Spanish are Catholic, Irish are Catholic. At least the true Irish are. But the Southern Irish, I mean, you know. This ain't like a race or religious thing. This is like a historic thing. And the Polish are very Catholic. They all celebrate All Hallows Day. So, anyway, Halloween is All Hallows Eve. Hallows Eve, Halloween. There you go, bud. That's the connection right there. Right there, bud. Ooh. Sometimes when you're frying up bacon, you just need to have an accent, Louisiana accent, Southern accent, you know? Makes it feel more authentic. Yeah. I guess I should be talking more in a Ukrainian accent. Like this. Whoa. Oh, look at that bacon. Perfect bacon right here. I'm gonna flip this piece. This piece is just done enough. This will probably be the last flip as well. Oh shit. Oh shoot. Make sure the piece that's not done the most, the side that's not done the most is facing down right now. As you see, we're back to the regular bacon grease. You can hear it too. This is regular bacon grease right here. This is the sound of bacon grease. Now I'm going to cook this down until it's nice and brown. Don't want to burn my taste buds off. Now with bacon, you always want to let it dry on a piece of napkin. I'm going to lay down on it. I'm going to use my old bread bag, 2 pieces of napkin for my bacon dryer. As you hear or see if you're watching this, that bacon is just about done. I like the edges crispy. So it's a little risky, but you gotta get it crispy. A little risky, but you gotta get it crispy. Oh! Bacon grease on me. Hope I don't get bacon grease on my camera, and I did get bacon grease on my camera. Fuck. Oh man. That is not good. Not good at all. It's on the lens, I see. I'm going to be backing it up. Not just this far, but even further. I'm going to put it on the bacon part, the drying part, so you can see what I was talking about. I'll have to clean my camera and lenses later. But bacon is risky business. You might get burned. But it is looking great right now. It is looking great, great, great. Now I got burn. Put your burn under some lukewarm water. That bacon grease likes to burn. Used to that. Whew. It is still popping. Popping, locking. Let that bacon dry. You can hear it dry. Listen to that bacon dry. It's still cooking. Bacon still cooks. I'll be quiet so you can hear it dry. But bacon's still cooking. Now, as you see, I put the bread right in the bacon grease. Bacon grease. Now I'm gonna toast this just for a bit. Don't want to burn the bread. Burned bread is awful. Bacon, lettuce, tomato, and there's the bread. It's gonna be toasting. It's at 200 degrees. It should only be a couple seconds. Look at that. Now I like this because it's slotted, easy to pick up. Don't want to burn myself though again. Give it a few more seconds, let it toast nice. I might be ready to put it on the plate shot. Getting ready to let me twist it around even more. This is a pretty, oh man, I can see the grease. This is awful. I'll have to clean my lens later. Oh shit, alright. That's burnt bread. Worried about my... I was worried about my camera too much and I burnt my bread. Rookie mistake, even though I'm not a rookie. That's okay though, there's a technique. I can show you. I can help with the bread. All you need is a butter knife, or any knife really. I'm just going to scrape off the burn marks. And it pretty much works. Burnt bread, not too bad. Not all burnt, just some parts. It's still hot. Let it cool down a bit. So I'm taking a butter knife and I'm going to scrape off some burn parts. I'm just doing it right on the table. I will clean up after this. I always do. But for video purposes, let me just do this. Let me be a little bit dirty for video purposes. This one's going to require a lot more work. That's the one thing when you're trying to toast bread, you don't have a toaster, you always gotta watch out for it. It's always gonna, probably will burn. Happens a lot in the ovens. Happens very easily, like how I just did it. Not too bad now. That's good enough for me. Just gonna rub it a little bit to make sure any of that carbon pieces are completely gone.